I refuse to believe it. However, through the concerted efforts of our brightest scientists, we have confirmed its validity. The world as we know it will soon come to an end. This is a quote from the movie 2012 about what's going to happen to the Earth in the year 2012. This is just Hollywood's version about what is going to happen, but there are actually many theories out there. And they're all different. They range from natural disasters all occurring at once, to nuclear war, to aliens invading Earth, to it marks the beginning of a new age of peace and happiness. I've heard so many predictions that I became really interested in what actually was going to happen. And when I started to research it, I found that they were all different, but they all have one thing in common, and that is the date that it's going to occur. So today I'm going to talk about why December 21st, 2012 is such a significant date, and why this date was chosen. Why not December 20th or May 7th? Why this specific date? And a reason that you should all listen to this is because December 21st, 2012 is only 2 years, 2 months, and 21 days away, meaning that we will all be here to see what really happens. So it'll be beneficial to you to have some sort of knowledge about the history of this date. Now, why is this date so significant? Well, there are two main reasons. First of all, I'm going to talk about the Mayan long-term calendar and how it ends that day. And second, I'm going to talk about how the galaxy is going to align. So let's start with the Mayan calendar. Now, the Mayans were an ancient civilization, and they were really advanced for their time. And they used multiple calendars to predict crop cycles, the Earth's rotation, and the different seasons. Now, the Mayans had a different way of counting for their calendars. They primarily used the numbers 20 and 13, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So the long-term calendar lasts about 5,125 years. That's the Mayan years. Now, the long-term calendar, believed by the Mayans, began August 11th, 3114 BC. And they believe that this was the start date. This was the date that all mankind was created. So on their calendar, the start date looked like this. It had all zeros across. This was the beginning of time. Now, on December 21st, 2012, this cycle will end. It'll be 5,125 years later. So the date will look like this on December 21st. Now you see how they have a 13 at the very beginning. Well, the Mayans, they only used, the calendar only goes up until 13. And that's the reason why people are believing that the world may end, because we don't know, will the calendar just go back and reset to 0, or will it keep going on and eventually get to 14, 15, etc.? So as you can tell, the long-term calendar coming to an end happens very rarely. This is actually the first time that it's ever happened. But the next thing that I'm going to speak about happens even less frequently. All right, so the universe on December 21st is going to align in a very rare way. The Earth, Sun, and just the galaxy will be in perfect alignment. So December 21st of every year is winter solstice, and that is just the shortest day of the year, and it marks the beginning of winter. But what's also going to happen on this day is something called the galactic alignment is going to occur, and this happens only once every 26,000 years. And pretty much our solar system's ecliptic plane, and ecliptic plane is the rotation that the Earth has around the Sun. Now, the ecliptic plane will be aligned with the intersection of the galactic equator, also known as the dark rift, which is a band of black clouds in the Milky Way. That's how Universe Today explains it. But so this is pretty much going to be happening. There's the ecliptic plane, which is what our solar system, which is our Earth and our Sun, everything travels on. Our whole solar system travels on a plane. Now, on the ecliptic plane, on December 21st, it's going to intersect exactly with the galactic equator. The galactic equator is the center line of the Milky Way. And the reason that we know it's the center line is because there's the dark rift, marks the center of it, which is just a band of like thick black clouds. So this will be happening, like it'll intersect perfectly, which only happens once every 26,000 years, which is another reason why people think something significant will happen on this day. As you can see, what will be happening is very complex, and since there are no recorded events of the galactic alignment ever happening before, we don't really know what's going to happen or how it will affect us. So, in all, we don't know exactly what the Earth will experience in the year 2012. However, we do know that December 21st, 2012 is a significant date, and that's because the Mayan calendar's long-term cycle will ending, and the way that our galaxy will be aligned. Now at least you have some understanding about the Mayan calendar, how it's coming to an end, and how the Earth and Sun will be intersecting exactly with the center point of the Milky Way perfectly. I suppose only time will tell what will really happen in the year 2012, specifically December 21st. And even if nothing happens to the world, at least you can all say that you lived during one of Earth's most rarest days.